Hello everybody, my name is Mello and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. Now this piece of land just appeared out of nowhere from within the depths of this foodie lava of deliciousness, but I'm still a bit confused, like how would that even work? Like even this grate here, how is this grate even floating? I'm getting into it, just don't even listen to video game logic here, but it just came out of nowhere, like... If anything, you could have just had a gate. You didn't have to make it just from the depths of lava come out. But, like, otherwise, how would these creatures, especially that, like, survive? But, oh well. How am I not burning? I'm probably on the tip of burning. Yeah, I was on the tip of burning. Okay. I don't remember doing this one, but it's more like a isle than an island. But isle's bigger. I can't really. I can't really remember. Or are they just a shorter term of island? Can't really remember. Hmm. I wonder what it's like to be on an island. I've never really been on an island before. I've only seen the ocean once as of summer of last year, but that was about. Oh, jeez. I should probably be more careful about that. And I died. Okay. Be a bit more careful with the fork people you possess. Okay. That is... Oh, jeez! I really need to be more careful. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Carefully that time. Oh, jeez, I need to be really careful next time. Yeah, but I've never really seen the ocean before. And granted, when I did see it, it was covered by sea mist, but I did at least get to see the horizon once. I even made myself my own little... I even found some driftwood from a whole bunch of... Okay. From a whole bunch of... from a whole bunch of stuff that drifted along. My mother actually collected stones. She collected a whole lot of stones that drifted just along the shore. Even some shells that were just like... that broke down from being at the ocean, from being affected by the ocean for so long. And I just happened upon one thing that I actually kept. One was like a rock that looked like that had a face that looked like a rock ghost. That was more of something that my mother picked out. But another one is something that I haven't done in a while. Or rather, at the time, I haven't done it in a while. It was a stick that I found. It was a piece of driftwood. And it was all worn out, all rotted away. But it was... I could actually see, at the time, it was very ugly. It didn't have any redeeming qualities other than the inside. It looked like it had something to be made for if I actually made it into a walking stick. But at the time, I didn't make a walking stick in years. Like, it was, at the time, almost 3 years that I made a walking stick. And just seeing that stick, and the first time me being at the ocean, it gave me a lot of purpose to make a walking stick again. And as soon as I had a pocket knife with me, which I always keep with me, just for protection. But it was a dull pocket knife, but because I used it for like trying to whittle down some type of plastic, and also for some trying to take away some paint off of something. So the blade was really worn out, but it was enough for me to get a whole lot of rotted bark off of the stick for it to be usable and not be disgusting. And that gave me enough motivation that when I got home, I had a lot of motivation. I finished up a stick that I had in my garage for about quite a few years. And it was a gift from my sister. It was a spare part to a art project. And she covered it in purple paint, and I had to whittle it off when I first got it, and it was really hard on me. I didn't have the proper gear. My hands were getting blisters all over because I didn't have proper gloves. I tried using these yellow protection gloves with some little black dots all over. I can't really say what type of glove it is, but it's good for other types of protection for when you do hard work. Like I've actually used it for when I do house projects around the house whenever I help around. But that does not help when you're whittling with a knife. At least that type of glove. I was able to find a type of glove that actually did help, and that it was just a random gift of like these black leather gloves that my stepdad gave to me, and I didn't really know what to use it for, and I finally found a use for it, and I just decided to, just use it for when I tried using whenever I tried using my old whittling knife because I didn't know what else to use it for. And so I decided to just try it out because I was just trying to random gloves at the time when I was trying to get back into whittling because I didn't want my hands to hurt because when I first tried it again at first, I thought, oh, I can just do it normally. I don't need it. I can just let my hands toughen up. But no, my hands easily got a whole bunch of blisters and I had to take breaks from working on walking sticks for quite a few times. And it was at that moment that I'm like, maybe I should actually try a glove that isn't that yellow glove, or not even try gloves at all. And so I actually decided to try it out, and it's fingerless, and it helps because it's fingerless because I'm actually able to have grip on the walking stick when I hold it, and also for the glove. It doesn't have friction against on my fingers too. So because it's fingerless, I'm able to protect my palm, which is the most important part. But I'm also able to protect, my fingers, which is, very important. And because of that, I was able to actually whittle for hours on end instead of just doing it for like a few hours and then having to take a break for quite a few days for my hands to heal and go back to normal. But because of that glove, those gloves that I got, it really helped a ton. And gosh darn it, I need to try that again, don't I? But yeah, because of those gloves, it helped me to have a lot more motivation to. Those gloves are what helped me keep on working on walking sticks. Because when I first started getting my hands hurt again, I'm like, it's just the same. My hands are getting hurt again. I don't have proper protection. What am I supposed to do? But it was because of those gloves. I know those types of gloves are not intended to be for protection for whittling of any sort. But that it still did its job, and I know my stepdad didn't give it to me intending for it to be protection. He didn't intend it for to be protection, but not of what I used it for. But I still considered it to be it's useful to me now. If anything, it was just in a drawer where I didn't know what to do with it, and I just wear it sometimes, but not like ever wear it. Just like try it out to see, like, oh hey, yeah, it's like this. But I actually decided to just give it a shot, and it just worked wonders. And because of that, just so those gloves itself, it gave me a lot of motivation. The stick that I got on vacation, that I got on my road trip all the way to Oregon, and just seeing a new perspective and just a gift that someone was kind enough to give me, which it wasn't a special occasion. They just decided to give it to me just out of being nice. And because of that, I got a lot of motivation to just get out there and just make walking sticks. And now, weekly, I just make new walking sticks just whenever I want. And I went from the first time I made walking sticks back a few years ago, from just making about 4 walking sticks, I've already made more than 10 walking sticks now. In the past few months, from the end of April to now, I've already made one for my grandma, my grandpa, my cousin, my mom, and remade a stick that I first made for my mom as my second stick. and one for my stepdad, my dad, and I s- gave some, and I gave some to my, and I gave one to my brother, to quite a few of my brothers, and also to just my just to a few people that were just nice to me. And I know what I plan on doing with is just selling them in the future, just to at least make a little bit of money, so that way that little money will be used to get better materials to not better materials, better equipment to make better walking sticks, and also so I use that money to get my games and not just spend whatever money I have to get the games. So it's kind of a win-win situation if I'm able to sell these sticks. It will, with what little money I make with it, I at least able to get games or an equipment that I can enjoy, because making walking sticks isn't expensive. Other than getting the whittling knife that is like $20, like $24. Other than that, you can get like really cheap sandpaper at a really cheap price on Amazon, and also get like, gosh dang it, just get really cheap sandpaper and all that, and just it. It is really hard. When I first made my walking sticks, even when I started up again in the first few months, I was not that good. In fact, I regret the way I made them. But that's how it always is for people who make their own stuff. They always find the flaws in which they've made it. But I'm just glad that I was able to get back into it again and making a whole lot of other sticks. In fact, I'm actually in the middle of making about like 20. I have about like more than 10 sticks that are branches that I collected just randomly one day with my mother, and gosh darn it. And she helped pick it out because I just wanted to get the most unique looking sticks, and she just told me just get any type of stick because you don't know what type of sticks people will want, but I still enjoy making sticks either way. But the one thing I like doing with walking sticks more than anything is I like giving walking sticks to people more than just making it. More than just making it. I know that if anything, it'd be good if I tried selling them, but I just like making them for people. I just really do. Was that the salt? Oh, geez. But I really do just like making walking sticks for people, and I know that in reality, I probably should have tried selling them to at least some of the people that were just friends, but it didn't really matter to me because I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't take that much money for me to even make them. If anything, it just requires for me to have the sandpaper. I already got a whetstone to sharpen up my knife now if it ever does get dull enough. So I don't really have a problem with my materials diminishing because I also have a close hardware store where I can just go whenever I want to just to just buy sandpaper whenever I need it, with also gloss and stain. And yeah, it just I have a very convenient location that is at a good price. And can I skip this? Okay, yeah, I can skip it. But yeah, it's a very convenient location, and I have more than enough stain and all that. So it's not a lot of money. It's like $15 to get it's like a little bucket of gloss for like $16, and $9 to for the same size of can for stain. So, and just like $1 for each sheet of stain of sandpaper, or you can just easily get it for like 25 cents a sheet on Amazon. It's just it's not a lot of money to just do it. It's not like, oh, it's a lot of money for me to keep up this hobby. It's more of just something I love to do. And I know it's hard to find hobbies for a lot of other people for stuff that they love to do, and I know this doesn't make money, but I just love making walking sticks because I just love the fact that I'm creating something and I get to give it to people. And people that I know will appreciate it, because a lot of people that I've given my walking sticks to, they've all they've all appreciated it, and I'm amazed at the fact that people just like the walking sticks I make more than just making money out of it, because making money out of it is just a side thing. And if anything, I hope I live in a small town, but I hope that in the future, my little small town has this little craft festival every fall, and I hope to be a part of it, because it's only like a $25 fee to just participate in it. But I hope for that to let people know that I make walking sticks. So all the branches that I collected just recently, I got a lot of work ahead of me. And also another thing, I need to stop giving away walking sticks to just everybody. But it's not hard for me to make a walking stick if I actually put the time into it. It only takes for me a day and a half to make it, but oh yeah, it's still erupting. But yeah, all I know is that I didn't know what I wanted. I gave up on that hobby, but I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll continue to talk about this in the next episode, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.